Well, good morning, everyone, and also good morning to the good folks that are out there watching it. We are streaming this for parents and friends that could not be here. I would now ask you all to rise for the arrival of the official party and for, most importantly, our graduates. Graduates. You to remain standing for the national anthem and then the invocation by Chaplain Chance Mace, our NMMI chaplain.
Let us pray. Empowering God of grace and mercy, we invite your presence into this place today. Family, faculty, administrators, community, and friends have come together to celebrate the accomplishments of this graduating class. We ask for a blessing to fall upon those with ears to hear and minds to understand. Bless our speakers' words and thoughts and give continuous encouragement to New Mexico Military Institute, its leaders, and the Corps of Cadets to press on in their mission of education, reminding us, happy is the person who finds wisdom and who gains understanding. So with this in mind, make us living stones of a strong foundation through the application of your grace, mercy, hope, and love. As it is and so shall it ever be, we ask in your precious and holy name. Amen.
Thank you very much, Chaplain. Please be seated. I should point out that our graduates were led in today by Counselor Dan Smith, a longtime member of our faculty and staff who is retiring. So it was only appropriate that he lead this group. And Dan, thank you very much for that. All right. On behalf of the men and women of NMMI, we welcome you. Welcome you to this great celebration and this great day, a day of commencement. And speaking of great, let me introduce to you our dignitaries on the stage. Joining me on the stage today are Major General Jerry Grizzle, Superintendent and President of NMMI, our Board of Regents member, Brad Christmas, Colonel Thomas Tate, our new Commandant of Cadets and Dean of Students, Colonel Jose Porras, our new Vice Dean and high school principal this year. And finally, Lieutenant Colonel Rhonda Rigger Johnson, who will be working from the side, will be coming out and will be reading the names of the graduates. Well, today we graduate what I call the first contingent, the advanced party of the Trailblazers, the precursors of the NMI class of 2021. There are 6 junior college graduates and 2 high school graduates. In addition, among the junior college graduates, we have 3 individuals who will be commissioned second lieutenants later today. Would those please stand and be recognized for the service that you will serve this great country of ours? Thank you. Please be seated. You know, the words that come to mind on events like this are from Psalm 118, which are, "This is the day the Lord has made, so let us rejoice." It is that day. This is the day, above all, that you, the graduates, have made with your work, your commitment to excellence, your manifestation of duty, honor, and achievement, the 3 elements that define the leader. It is that duty to uphold your honor in achieving service to others. I'd also like to recognize some of the faculty that are here. Would you please stand and let the graduates recognize you, and the TLAs as well, the entire staff. We would like to recognize what you have done for this. And then I want to recognize the parents and grandparents and friends that have nurtured you and loved you and inspired you. And that goes for the folks at home as well that couldn't be with us. We in NMI have been privileged to share with you in that effort. You 3 groups, the students, the faculty, the parents, our TLAs, our coaches, it's what we call the learning triad. Nothing would be accomplished here if it weren't for that effort. So I would ask then, the parents, grandparents, and friends, please stand and join me and the graduates, thanking you just one more time for your inspiration and direction over these many years. Thank you very much. You know, what we say here today will probably not be long remembered, and maybe even what we do here today. However, what each of you graduates have done here at NMI will be part of your lives forever, and you will leave a legacy at NMI as well. It's not the end of your learning, and particularly for the junior college graduates, it's not even the beginning of the end. It is rather significantly the foundation for a lifetime of learning and discovery, in which you will use what you have learned, experienced, and done here to become a leader among your generation, whether that's in the corporate world, education, military, government, and most significantly, your leadership of your family. And now I have the honor and privilege every year to do this. It's a great honor to introduce our President and Superintendent, Major General Jerry Grizzle, who has some important remarks for us. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium Major General Grizzle.
Thank you, General Murray. As General Murray said, thank you to all of the guests here this evening, our parents, our friends, our supporting faculty and staff to make this day happen. I was sitting there thinking, I'm in my 11 and a half years, that means this is the 23rd time I've had the great honor to be a part of this celebration and service to our graduates. I'd like to share some thoughts with you this morning, and hopefully they will resonate with you. I promise I won't be long. I know the tenets of a good public speaker: to be brief, be brilliant, and be gone, so I'll be trying to do that. But I have some things I think that might resonate with you as you go forward. The first thing I'd like to share with you this morning, as I did with those that participated in the ring ceremony, is that your graduation is a symbol of accomplishment. It makes a statement that you can start and finish something. This fact, this statement will benefit you in your life more than you understand at this point. The second thing I want to make is that your accomplishment today will prepare you for opportunities in the future. You may not know when that opportunity will occur, but your graduation will prepare you to take advantage of that opportunity. Allow me to share a couple of personal examples of this idea. I've had some of those great opportunities in my life, and when they were occurred, people would always respond that I was lucky. After several of these incidents occurred, I was upset that people were ignoring the fact that I had worked hard to be prepared when that opportunity presented itself. To be lucky meant I had done nothing to be ready for the opportunity. Lucky's walking in a casino, putting $1 in a slot machine and winning the jackpot. So I developed my own formula that I'll share with you today. Luck is where opportunity meets preparation. To state it mathematically would be opportunity plus preparation equals luck. My first example of this formula occurred not long after I graduated with my bachelor's degree and was working in my degree field. My degree is in accounting. I was an internal auditor for a division of a large publicly traded supermarket chain. I'd been on the job less than a year when the controller of the division called me in and asked me if I wanted to interview for a division accounting manager position in a different division. Let me stop here and explain that our accounting structure in this organization was the entry-level position was where I was an internal auditor. Your next promotion would have been to accounting supervisor, and then to the division accounting manager, and finally the controller over the entire division. This opportunity meant I was jumping over the accounting supervisor position. I asked why, when we had 2 accounting supervisors at our division, and the one he asked me about would I be interested in interviewing for, I knew there was an accounting supervisor there. The answer was, you are the only one with a degree. The other accounting supervisors were great in their jobs, had worked their way up from the lower level positions, but the corporate office had sent out a notice that any person hired into one of the accounting jobs must have a degree. So was I lucky? No, I think I was prepared when that opportunity presented itself. Let me share a military example with you. The adjutant general position in each state is a political appointment by the governor. I was a lieutenant colonel serving in the Oklahoma National Guard as an S3, Operations and Training Officer for a brigade. The commander was called to the governor's office and told he would be the next adjutant general. That meant his position of brigade commander, a promotion to colonel, would be open. The files were screened, and 3 of us were given interviews. I was selected because I was only one of the 3 that had completed all of the necessary requirements, military and civilian, to be promoted. The other 2 had not, although they were highly respected officers, completed those requirements, and so therefore they were not eligible to take advantage of the opportunity when it happened. Was I lucky? No. Again, I would say I was prepared. Finally, an example right here at NMMI. When I applied for the job as president and superintendent, the job description said, PhD recommended. When the committee narrowed the search down to 5 individuals, I was the only one of those 5 with a PhD. Was I lucky again? No, I think I was prepared. I challenge you as you leave here today to stay prepared. Always seek out your next level of schooling or training to make yourself marketable. Never be one of those overlooked because they were not prepared when an opportunity became available. Be safe as you leave here today. Remember us here at the Old Post. Come visit us often and let us know when you become lucky and have great achievements for us to share with your fellow alums. Thank you.
And now we come to the important part of why we are all here, the actual ceremony and the awarding of diplomas and degrees. I would ask the audience to look at your program, where you will see the names of each graduate and the place where they will pursue their next phase of their education. Now, students who show particular distinction in scholarship at NMMI are offered the opportunity of graduating with highest honors, with high honors, and with honors. The names of these individuals are identified in your program and in the graduation order of merit, and will receive their diploma or degree in that same order. Now, to graduate with highest honors, a cadet must graduate with at least a 3.75 GPA. Will the graduates with the highest honors please rise and be recognized? Highest honors, please. Thank you, guys. To graduate with high honors, a cadet must graduate with at least a 3.5 GPA. Will the graduates with high honors please rise and be recognized as well? Thank you. It's now my honor to certify the candidates. This is a formal certification. Will all the high school and the college graduates please stand? Now, as the Chief Academic Officer of New Mexico Military Institute, I confirm to the President and members of the Board of Regents and the President and Superintendent of NMMI that each of these young men and women have successfully completed a rigorous and challenging course of studies that has prepared them mentally, physically, and morally to become leaders of character and to go on to the next level of their education. Graduates of NMI with COVID-19, you have already been tested. But I must tell you, in the future, you will be tested and challenged like none before since the great generation that fought World War II. We could not be more proud of what you have accomplished. It is now time to award the diplomas. Would the graduates please be seated? We begin with the high school diplomas, and it is my privilege for the first time at a graduation ceremony to introduce Colonel Jose Porras. He is our new Vice Dean and high school principal. Jose, the floor is yours.
Good morning. Standing up here on this podium for the first time as an administrator as opposed to being a cadet. Hey, am I nervous? Just like you are. Yes. But graduation brings to mind a great quote. A cord of three strands is not easily broken. In fact, a cord of three strands has almost mystical power because it is much stronger than the sum of the three separate parts. I believe NMMI has captured this mystical truth in our delivery of education. At NMMI, that cord of three strands is reflected in academic excellence, uncompromising character, and personal physical strength. Indeed, a cord of three strands that will serve you well as you continue your education. In all, I commend and thank you for doing what you have done throughout your time here, but more so this semester. No one else, no other cadets will be able to say they completed their journey with the challenges and the adversity that you had faced. This is a stepping stone, and you are to be commended. It is our pleasure to present the NMMI diploma to the high school graduates. Lieutenant Colonel Rhonda Rieger Johnson will read the name of our graduates, joining me in the presentation of our diplomas. The President, Superintendent, Major General Jerry Grizzle, Board of Regents, members, Brad Christmas, the Dean of Academics, Brigadier General Douglas Murray, the Commandant Cadets, Colonel Tate, representative of the Director of Alumni Relations, Lieutenant Danny Armijo, will be presenting a coin and a gift bag in behalf of the Alumni Association as well as the graduates as they exit the stage. Major Dan Smith, please bring forward the high school graduates.
Thank you, Colonel Porras. Good morning. Class of 2021, Yuna Abigail Cho, Jakarta, Indonesia. Sophia Dolores Valadez, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I would now like to present the 6 members of the junior college class of 2021. On occasions like this, I'm always reminded of the advice that Bob Hope gave at my graduation, when he said, my best advice to you is about going out into the world, don't. Of course, he was kidding, but I can tell you these graduates are ready. They have met all the requirements, academic, military, and physical, for the Association of Arts degree and the Association in Science. In the national assessment test, they have scored above the state and the nation, and they are ready. Will you please bring forth the junior college graduates to receive their hard-earned degree?
Thank you, Dean Murray. Graduating with highest honors, Estefany Hernandez, Roswell, New Mexico. Callista Victoria Irene Hawkins, Waikoloa, Hawaii. Victoria Dawn Mason, Roswell, New Mexico. Graduating with high honors, Erin Alyssa Wolf, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Class of 2021, Alexander Sterling Hamilton Buskey, Chandler, Arizona. Ryan Gabriel Vasquez Zapata, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Please join me in giving a rounding applause again for all of our graduates, high school and junior college. This is our future. This is the class of 2021. Now we're coming to the close, and I have the honor to introduce, again for the first time on this stage at this ceremony, our new Commandant of Cadets, Colonel Thomas Tate. Thomas?
Okay, this is also my first go around, and the general told me, all they want to hear is dismissed, and I said, I got it, sir, I'll speak to that. But I'd just like to say, General Grizzle, Regent Christmas, Dean, Jose, already off script here, but parents and of course graduates, it's an honor and privilege to provide the closing comments to this ceremony, which signifies the culmination of a very successful and at times challenging but rewarding journey. And as many of you are you all aware now, I transitioned into position at NEMI's Commandant of Cadets less than 3 weeks ago. Therefore, the opportunity to establish and cultivate a long-term and mentoring type of relationship with our graduates just was not possible. So I asked myself, what is the message I communicate to our graduates here? And within 90 seconds, many of whom I have only met within the past few days. Now I know what, as the general would say, I know what you want me to say, and I know what you want to hear, and that's dismissed, but not so fast. Just bear with me for a minute. Before I echo such a command, I ask that you take just 1 minute, and I mean really a minute, and I mean just 1 minute, to think about everything that was said up here today, and then focus on the following. When you depart from New Mexico Military Institute, it is my hope that the words duty, honor, and achievement are forever embedded in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul. That your duty will be imbued with selfless service, your honor will be of the highest moral and ethical caliber, and that all you achieve is for a greater good. And when you fail, and you will fail, and you face those dark days of despair which we all encounter, I am confident that the lessons you learned right here at New Mexico Military Institute will provide you with the confidence and courage to never give up, never stop learning, to perform your duties to the highest of standards, and to relentlessly achieve excellence. May God bless you, your families, this school, and our great nation. And at this time, I ask you stand and join me in the singing of the Alma Mater.